What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very special ranking video today. Now, a few months ago, I put out a ranking video for my favorite John Candy roles and performances. And, of course, as you know, he's one of my favorite comedians. But my second favorite comedian is, of course, Robin Williams, which, of course, now that I think about it, has it really been this long since he's left us? I mean, it's a damn shame because, man, wow, I never expected so long that, this would ever happen. That we've missed such a dynamic actor and comedian and entertainer in his own right. And, feel like the time is right. I feel like the time is perfect to talk about him and give my opinions and my thoughts on some of his movies. So yeah, and there's like a whole bunch. Okay, and as I gotten older, I've actually seen more of his work because when I was just growing up, I just remember him playing the voice of Genie and being in movies like Mrs. Doubtfire and Jumanji and all this other good stuff. But as I got older, it's like I've learned to start loving and appreciating some of his other work. So yeah, with that out of the way, so I felt like I really think we should look back at this guy and realize, man, I don't think there will ever be another Robin Williams. There's gonna be one, and it's a damn shame he's not around because I really think he's the kind of guy we would love. All right, to have around. But anyway, let's hop right in. Okay, so here's my top 10 favorite Robin Williams performances. Now, just a disclaimer. Okay, this is this is my personal choices and roles that he's ever done. And another disclaimer is if you're expecting a movie or a certain movie like 1 Hour Authority on this, which I'm about to commit the biggest sin, is I have not seen that. And yeah, I know if you're a Robin Williams fan, I should see that movie, but I'm like, I don't know, a thriller with him being like this stalker character, I'm like, doesn't really vibe with me, okay? I liked him as being the funny guy, but also taking more serious roles, which I'm about to get into right away. But anyway, let's dive right in. Coming at number 10, Simon Roberts from The Crazy Ones. And if you followed me on this channel before, I've talked about I've reviewed this show before, and I've said that this show is quite possibly one of the most funniest shows I've ever seen in years, especially when it comes to leading man with Robin Williams in the titular character, Simon Roberts, who is the owner of this ad agency in Chicago. And he is definitely the glue that holds everything together. I mean, the cast is just young and perfect. And it's like, okay, he's trying to show him what he did, and it's so funny. And the fact that he and Sarah Michelle Gellar, they just worked perfectly together. It was just so choice. I'm using a term like that lately. So yeah, go figure. It's a damn shame. I really would love to see more of this character. Of course, him flying off the rails and just doing some of the most interesting things just to get a product out or do something for a client. It's just really funny, and it even works better when Brad Garrett appears on certain episodes. And to me, when you got that kind of cocktail, you're in for some fun and laughs. And again, it's a damn shame. The show only lasted one season. I really feel this should have lasted longer. And of course, could probably put the blame on the CBS executives because no offense to them, they're a bunch of freaking retards. Because seriously, why would you axe a show when it's so fucking hysterical when you got Robin Williams? Okay, you guys are idiots. But anyway, moving on. Number 9. Tom Dobbs from Man of the Year. Oh my goodness. If no one has ever seen this movie, I think you guys should. Okay, it's a political comedy rom-dram kind of thing. It's pretty much like he plays a presidential candidate, and he's trying to say, okay, this is what I would love to do. And of course, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. He's not trying to poke fun at everyone. It's like him being him. And some of the roles and elements of the movie, it's like, okay, I feel like, yeah, obviously they're playing off of some real life things, and obviously what politicians usually occur, but in a way, you just fall in love with this character because he's trying his damnedest, especially when he goes to wear the old school style wig and this getup. You're like, oh my god, he's just bonkers, and you can tell man, this guy is just someone that you would root for if in an election. So yeah, seriously, if no one has ever seen Man of the Year, give it a watch because again, what he does, he brings to the table, it's really good. It's a criminally underrated gem of his work, in my opinion. Okay, seriously, give it a watch. And speaking of presidents, coming in at number 8, Teddy Roosevelt from the Night at the Museum series. Yeah, Well, yes. Now let's see. He goes from playing a fictional presidential candidate to playing a real president. Well, he's not really the president. He's just a wax figure that was just brought to life by an ancient Egyptian talisman. Turns everything to life. Spoilers ahead for anybody that's never seen the Museum franchise. And man, have you ever expected that? Have you ever seen that? I might have talked about this before. Have you ever seen somone fit into a past or present president that was essentially recreated to the point of oh my god, he could have, I feel like you reanimated this guy from the dead, like Daniel Day-Lewis in Lincoln. Here it's holy shit, it's obviously you could it's spawned perfect, but of course he still has the Robin Williams charm that he goes with the movies, especially. It's you could tell he is just doing his own version of Teddy Roosevelt, but with him, just spouting about some funny shit. I mean, come on. It's that damn good. You got to think about it, all right? Now, let's see. He's perfect in the first movie. The other two, let's see. I don't know. Take your pick. I felt they don't live up to the magnitude of the first Night at the Museum movie. That's just me, all right? That's my personal preference. But yeah, may I'll review that in the near future. Coming at number 7, John Keating for Dead Poets Society. Holy freaking shit. I got to put this guy on the list. And of course, now I'm probably going to get hate now is why is this low on my list? Well, again, I love Robin Williams when he takes on more comedic roles, just off the wall flying, antics and all that. But here it's more of the serious role, but he does have some funny charm. And you can, as you watch this movie, it's you see why and how this guy earned the freaking Oscar nod. I mean, he's just perfect. John Keating, he's so funny. You would have loved to have him as your teacher. I mean, seize the day, carpe diem, all that good thing. I'm I feel I think one time in high school, I'm going to tell you this, I felt like someone actually quoted that in class, and I go, man, Dead Poets Society. I didn't think about that. It's full circle moment. Then watching it again years later, it's man, you got to fall in love with this character. And of course, it's a damn shame, what that happens to his character at the end of the movie. It's I realize it's a good Spartacus moment. It's he truly inspired, his students to, again, seize the day, live in the moment, and, write something good, okay? That's the purpose of that. And, of course, obviously, people were hey, wait, your teaching methods are so-so, rah, rah. I'm you know what? It's his way. That's how he wants to teach, okay? And I really wish we had more teachers like him in the world, all right? Coming in at number 6, Professor Phil from Flubber. Now, yes, I know what you're thinking. I'm what? Well, yes, I'm going to admit something right now. It's out of the many Disney movies I used to watch when I was a young kid, I felt I used to watch this one more than most. In fact, I used to have a Flubber plushie. Yeah, actually made noise. That's how much into it I really liked. Now, I know what you're thinking. What the hell is Flubber all about? Well, it's essentially the Night Professor, but cranked up to 10, if that makes sense, or 11. I think he was trying so hard, a little too much to be like the original Night Professor, like Jerry Lee Lewis, or not Jerry Lee Lewis, you know what I mean, Jerry Lewis. So yeah, but take that and modernize it a little bit, and then of course you get some really entertaining moments. I used to watch this all the damn time. It's man, he created something that he wants to revolutionize the world, and it kind of works, and it's really funny, but. Man, there was a who's who of some 90s faces in that movie, okay? Like Christopher McDonald and even Ted Levine. Yes, freaking Stahlmeyer's in it. Yeah, I bet you guys didn't know that. But still, if you can find it, it's on Disney. I think you would get a joy out of that, of just watching, Robin Williams play this pretty funny, freaky, nutty, mad scientist in a way, but in a way you're looking at him and be oh, he's just having a good old time. Yeah, obviously, a lot of people looked at this movie and be oh, it's not the best, but I'm I would say, give or take. You can either love it or hate it, but what matters most is that Robin Williams brings the fun, especially in a role of a professor role, which again, going back to the John Keating role, kind of fits, all right. But here it's a complete polar opposite of a joyful guy, just one guy that teaches his students that differently, kind of thing, what I mean. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. Coming in at number 5, I'm definitely gonna get hate for this one. Why isn't this higher up on my list? And it's for my personal preference. It's Sean McGuire from Goodwill Hunting. Yeah, come on. Why the hell not? Another role that kind of put him into the Oscar nod kind of thing, or I think he did win the Oscar for this. But damn, like obviously this is one of those serious performances, but he also injects his own humor into it, and it's just perfect. Again, like everyone's gonna go back and forth and say yes, this movie obviously the focus was on Will Hunting, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, but the guy that really steals the show is definitely Robin Williams' performance, and everything he says is golden. In fact, that scene, oh, she farts in her sleep kind of thing, and getting everyone to laugh, it's genuine. Even the cameraman's laughing. I bet you didn't know that. Like if you notice, like some of the shots, the camera's actually shaking, kind of like what I'm doing now. Like it's because he's genuinely laughing behind the camera, because it's like, oh, I didn't expect him to say that kind of thing. And that's the beauty of a role like this, like, a funny but a serious guy, but has some funny charm, and just want to love him. Okay, so yeah, now you can see why this is one of those roles that you could definitely see that Robin Williams has some range. All right, coming in at number 4, Alan from the first ever Jumanji movie. Yep. Oh yes. I'm gonna admit something right now. Is like it's a movie never really grew on me when I was a kid, but as I got older, I realized, man, this movie was fun. Like, think about this. It's like, come on, a board game sucks this kid into a world and reemerges years later. Now he's a grown-up man, so gets you a kid trapped in a grown man's body kind of thing. And it's Robin Williams, and he just takes his role with strides and just has a ball with it. And like, damn, it's just so fun, but gives him a bit of an adventure flair. I think this is a cool side of Robin Williams you've never seen before. Yes, obviously he's trying to draw the line between being serious and being funny. And yes, it's all there. But my only gripe when it comes to the first Jumanji movie is like there's some CG'd animals that you can clearly tell that, like, man, they have not aged well. Of course, I'm glad nowadays, well, with the newer Jumanji movies with The Rock, I felt like they were better, but of course, two totally different things and two totally different worlds. But yeah, but obviously this one gets a nod because, hey, Robin Williams is pretty damn fun and entertaining as a lead adventurous guy in this game brought to life kind of scenario. Coming in at number 3, Armand Goldman from the frickin' Birdcage. Oh yes, I'm gonna admit this right now. My wife and I love this movie. It is that damn entertaining, and I'm gonna say this right now. And you all, I bet everyone in the comment section will agree with me. Is that Robin Williams and Nathan Lane make a dynamic pairing. They really work off each other. It's so damn entertaining, and as the movie goes on, you just can't help but just keep laughing at their antics. Okay, it's just perfect. And of course, God gives some love to some of the most funniest out there characters and lines, like from Agador Spartacus, and of course, all this other great stuff. Gene Hackman was good as always, and of course, yeah, by the end of it all, you're just love. You can't, come on, what's not to love about the Birdcage? It's that good, and the fact that it's based on a old novella, it speaks volumes. Okay, seriously, if anybody's never seen the Birdcage, watch it. You will laugh your freaking ass off. All right, now we're really getting to the nitty-gritty here. Coming in number 2, it's Genie from Aladdin. Come on. I gotta give some love to this movie, because I've said this before. If anyone's following me on the channel, that Aladdin's one of my favorite Disney movies, and of course, the crazy thing about this is, like, the story behind it is like Robin Williams recorded almost up to 80 hours of audio for the entire movie, and the fact that the animators went the distance to take some of this best material and work around it is just genius. I mean, damn, how can you not love a guy that just goes balls to the wall and just comes up with some great lines, and just also throwing some good impersonations in there too, from anyone from Arnold Schwarzenegger and Rodney Dangerfield to Jack Nicholson. I mean, obviously Jack Nicholson, I think comes to mind. It's like, pulling him out. I'm like, I see what you're doing there. But again, not much else I can say when it comes to the character of Genie. To me, this is the role that definitely made me fall in love with Robin Williams, and that's this. Okay, enough said there. And of course, my obvious number 1. Come on, wait, it's Daniel Hillard, aka Mrs. Doubtfire from Mrs. Doubtfire. Come on, the movie that made me just say yes. This is Robin Williams as absolute finest. Just, it totally works, and everything's there. It's the perfect formula. Him just having a blast at what he says. And like, there's so many fun moments that you can just remember off the top of your head, as a great soundtrack, and quite frankly, a really good cast that he totally worked well with. And of course, even many years later, even Pierce Brosnan himself has said he enjoyed working on this movie, especially with Robin Williams. And of course, there's a bit of in fact, I think there was a reunion some time ago with him and the kids, and they all were saying some really nice things about each other, reminiscing about the good old days. Man, that just shows you the power of Mrs. Doubtfire. And of course, man, I could probably write a book on some of my favorite moments from the movie where it's like, hey, hey you, kind of thing, or the help is on the way, and all this other good stuff. Come on, like, seriously, who can come up with this shit? Just Robin Williams. He's that damn good. Enough said there. I mean, those are my favorite roles and movies that he's ever done. I know I'm really missing some good ones out there. Like I said, 1 Hour Photo. I'm probably gonna get hate. Why Not Patch Adams? Again, I've not seen that. There's a few I've not seen. Again, I'm gonna get hate for that. But don't hate on me. But this is just my personal preference. Maybe someday, maybe I'll come back to these, and I'll do a revision. Who knows? So those are my picks. I want to hear your favorite Robin Williams performances and your favorite Robin Williams memories, okay? That does it for this week. Thumbs up the video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for some more awesome and exciting videos.